Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 11th, 12th and 13th of May 2024. So let's start and see that what are the things we can learn from this day. And particularly before we start, these are the topics which are covered in the current affairs of these days. So basically I got covered the international, national and banking news for all of you. After that, we will take care of defense and science and technology. After that, we will talk about sports, important days, appointment resignations, obituary, awards, and recognition. And at last, I'll summarize all the things for all of you. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect and intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sati@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So the first news that we have today with us is regarding the Belize, Jamaica, St. Vincent and Grenadines received WHO certification for eliminating mother-to-child transmission of HIV and syphilis. So basically, high immunodeficiency virus and syphilis. These are the type of virus or particularly the diseases which particularly can be transferred from mother to their child. So WHO has given the certification to Belize, Jamaica, and St. Vincent and Grenadines that they have eliminated this particular type of transmission from mother to children of HIV and syphilis. So WHO has granted certification. Please remember Belize, Jamaica, St. Vincent, and Grenadines for eliminating mother to child transmission of HIV and syphilis. The official ceremony took place in Kingston, Jamaica, organized by PAHO in partnership with UNICEF and UNAIDS. Criteria for certification include reducing mother-to-child HIV transmission rates to under 5% and providing antenatal care and antiretroviral treatment to more than 90% of pregnant women. Cuba was the first country to receive WHO certification for eliminating mother-to-child transmission of HIV and syphilis in 2015. So earlier 2015, Cuba, the country where the famous dictator Fidel Castro belongs to, was there. And Cuba got this certification and became the first country earlier in 2015. Now, another four countries, basically Belize, Jamaica, St. Vincent, and Grenadines, also got this certification. Time of remembrance and reconciliation for those who lost their lives during the Second World War. So basically, the United Nations annually marks the 8th and 9th of May as a time of remembrance and reconciliation for those who lost their lives during the Second World War. So basically, 8th and 9th is the day which we commemorate to these people. The day pays tribute to the death of 40 million civilians and 20 million soldiers by promoting reconciliation. 2024 marks the 79th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. So basically, Second World War was ended on 2nd of September 1945 after 6 days and 1 years, as it was started on 1st of September 1939 when Germany started attacking Poland. So after 6 years and 1 day, this particular war was ended, and particularly 8th and 9th of May are the day particularly dedicated to the remembrance of those people who lost their lives during the Second World War. So this day is dedicated to those people. Please remember that. India contributes 5 lakh to UN Counter-Terrorism Terror Trust Fund. So we discussed in the last session also. So let's just revise this one. So India has contributed 5 lakhs to the UN Counter-Terrorism Trust Fund, a fund that is particularly dedicated to counter-terrorism in the whole world. Ambassador Ruchira Kamboj, India's permanent representative to the UN, delivered the contribution to Under Secretary General Vladimir Voronkov. This financial support is a part of India's ongoing commitment totaling $2.55 million to bolster multilateral efforts against terrorism. Contribution reaffirms India's dedication to the global fight against terrorism. So please remember that India has contributed $5 lakh to the UN Counter-Terrorism Trust Fund. Japan and Nagaland inaugurate Kohima Peace Memorial and Eco Park. So recently, Kohima Peace Memorial and Eco Park in Nagaland have been inaugurated. This project is collaborative effort between the government of Japan, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, and the government of Nagaland. The memorial and the park symbolize peace, reconciliation, and educational value. The inauguration represents historical importance and strengthens international ties. So please remember, Japan and Nagaland inaugurated Kohima Peace Memorial and Eco Park. Recently, Nagaland particularly celebrated the 25th Hornbill Festival, and basically it is a very famous festival of Nagaland recently conducted in their particular state. So now Japan and Nagaland inaugurate the Kohima Peace Memorial and Eco Park recently in Kohima. India-Oman collaboration on shark and ray research in Arabian Sea. So shark, we know, is a very famous aquatic animal, a kind of a fish. You can see it in this photo. And rays are basically also a kind of a shark and a sea aquatic animal. And basically, they both are kind of deadly animals, especially the ray, because they have the sting, and which is a kind of a poisonous string which can be just pierced through the body. So India and Oman are set to embark a joint initiative to bolster research and conservation efforts concerning sharks and rays in Arabian Sea. The collaboration aims to enhance understanding and promote conservation. It will facilitate capacity building in elasmobranch research. The focus will be particularly on the Arabian Sea region. So India and Oman are coming together for the purpose of research on sharks and rays. In space signed MOU with Galaxy I for testing facilities. So Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center signed MOU with Galaxy I Space, granting access to the ISRO's world-class laboratories and testing facilities. So in Space is basically an organization that provides authorization to the private space agencies regarding the space research, and also they provide access to these new agencies that they can particularly collaboratively work with the ISRO so that they can create a new type of ecosystem in the space verticals. Galaxy I has become the first Indian company to benefit from in-space top-tier co-working and testing space as a partner in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Galaxy I is working on India's first private constellation of Earth observation satellite, Drishti mission. InSpace is an autonomous agency under the Department of Space, Government of India. So please remember, any kind of authorization to the any kind of space agency working privately have to get authorization from InSpace. UAE India CEPA Council inks memorandum with Indian Chamber of Commerce. So UAE India CEPA Council and Indian Chamber of Commerce signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance economic and trade relations between UAE and India. So this memorandum is signed between India and UAE. The memorandum aims to promote awareness of the UAE-India bilateral economic partnership and benefits of the UAE-India Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The collaboration will focus on public promotion, awareness, increase, mobilizing private sector stakeholders for economic engagement between the nations. UICC was established in 2024 and bilateral trade surged by nearly 16% to US dollar 84.5 billion over the fiscal years from April 2022 to March 2023. So UAE India SEPA Council signs an MOU with the Indian Chamber of Commerce for the trade relations between UAE and India. Recently, India also started a research campus of IIT Delhi in UAE, and we are closely working with UAE for the last 1 or 2 years. Last year, COP28 was also held in UAE. This year, it would be COP29 is going to be held in Azerbaijan. RBI lifts restrictions on Bank of Baroda mobile app. BOB World allows onboarding customers. So Reserve Bank of India has lifted restrictions on Bank of Baroda mobile application BOB World with immediate effect. This allows BOB to onboard customers through the BOB World application in accordance with the applicable guidelines and regulations. So now has lifted the BOB has particularly got the assent from the RBI for their mobile application BOB World, and now they can particularly onboard new customers and provide new kind of guidelines and applications in accordance with the regulations. In October 2023, RBI ordered BOB to suspend the process of adding customers through the BOB World mobile application due to certain supervisory concerns. BOB World app offers more than 220 services covering around 90% of all retail banking service, including digital account opening and online loan applications. SEBI gives approval to CARE Ratings subsidiary to offer ESG ratings. So SEBI has approved CARE ESG Ratings Limited, a subsidiary of CARE Ratings Limited, to function as a Category 1 environmental, social and governance rating provider. CARE Edge ESG received the registration under the SEBI Regulations 1999 on May 2, 2024. The rating will enable issuers to discern steps for the betterment of their sustainability performance. In 2023, SEBI amended the SEBI Credit Rating Agencies regulations to include provisions on ESG ratings providers. So please remember, SEBI has given approval to the CARE Rating subsidiary to offer ESG ratings. Piramal Enterprises approves to merge with unlisted housing finance arm for listing norms. So the board of director of the Piramal Enterprise is a particular company that is mainly associated with the medical and pharmaceuticals, and now they are particularly coming in the financial, housing and finance sector also. So Limited has approved its merger with the wholly owned subsidiary Piramal Capital and Housing Finance. Following the merger, PCHFL will be renamed as Piramal Finance Limited. Shareholders of Piramal Enterprise will receive one equity share of PFL for each share they hold in Piramal Enterprise, along with one NCRPS of Rs 67 of PFL. The merger process is effective from 1st April 2024 and is expected to finalize within 9 to 12 months. So now Piramal Enterprise will be named as Piramal Finance Limited. Jetta launches digital credit as a service for banks in India, revolutionizing credit access. So Jetta has unveiled its digital credit as a service offering at democratizing the credit 2024. The service leverages NPCI credit line on UPI scheme. Jetta aims to capture 50% of burgeoning credit market in India. Projection transactions volume to surpass $1 trillion by 2030. The solution streamlines credit issuance process for banks, facilitating rapid deployment of diverse credit products. So Jetta launches the digital credit as a service for the banks in India. Indian export performance in 2023-2024 under the Minister Piyush Goyal. So recently, India experienced positive export growth to 115 out of 238 territories in 2023-2024. Major gains were seen in key markets such as the USA, UAE, China, and the UK. However, import declined from 124 countries during this period. The performance reflects India's strategic trade initiatives under ministry by Piyush Goyal. So remember, please, Indian export performance in 2023-2024 under the Minister Piyush Goyal. The particular data is in front of you. India's industrial production growth slows to 4.9% in March. So the industrial growth of India has decelerated to 4.9% in March. This is decreased from 5.7 in February, according to the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Index of industrial production for financial year 24 stood at 5.8%, up from 5.2% in the previous year. In March 2023, industrial output has grown by 1.9%. So please remember this data, as the growth of industries has declined to 4.9%. From February, it was 5.7%. Thomas Cook India introduces TC Pay, a game changer in international money transfer. So Thomas Cook India has launched TCPay, a digital service for international money transfer. Recently, if we talk about ICICI, they have also started a particular type of system in which they can provide the money transfer service to the people from the NRIs. So TCPay simplifies and enhances the remittance process, offering 24 into 7 remittances. The service eliminates the need for tedious paperwork and limited operating hours. The aim is to revolutionize the way customer sends money abroad. Reliance Capital acquisition, Hinduja Group IIHL receives IRDAI approval. So Hinduja Group Indus Ind International Holdings has received approval from the IRDAI, that is the highest regulatory body of Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, for acquisition of Reliance Capital. So the acquisition includes Reliance Capital and insurance subsidiaries. These subsidiaries are Reliance General Insurance and Reliance Nippon Life Insurance. Approval marks a significant step in the acquisition process. So please remember, Reliance Capital has particularly acquired the Hinduja Group IIHL. India's factory output and industrial production. So factory output in India registered a growth of 4.9% in March. We just discussed about this one, that the particular growth production of industries in India has declined to 4.9%. Earlier it was 5.7% in February. Cadet Defense System introduced India's first loitering aerial munitions for armed forces. So Cadet Defense System has introduced India's first pioneering loitering aerial munitions for the armed forces. LAMs were developed under the Unique Development Cum Production Partner with the Defense Research and Development Organization. Indigenous LAMs are designed and manufactured entirely in India, with over 90% of components domestically sourced. KDS has secured a contract to deliver 50 LAM systems by the end of 2024 and aim to deliver an estimate 5,000 systems in the next 2 to 3 years. So please remember that Cadet Defense System has introduced India's first loitering aerial munitions for armed forces. Indian Coast Guard inks memorandum with Hindalco for indigenous marine grade aluminium. So Indian Coast Guard and Hindalco Industries have signed a memorandum of understanding. Collaboration aims to promote the manufacturing and supply of indigenous marine grade aluminium. Aluminium will be used for the construction of ships. The memorandum enhances India's self-reliance in the shipbuilding sector. So please remember, India Coast Guard inks MOU with the Hindalco for indigenous marine grade aluminium. Enhancing surveillance capabilities, Indian Army new drone inductions. So recently, the Indian Army is set to induct advanced drones, including the Drishti 10, to enhance surveillance along the Pakistan borders. And the name is Drishti 10 Hums 900. The induction ceremony is scheduled to take place in Hyderabad. These drones will significantly bolster the Army's existing fleet. This moves aligns with the Make in India initiative in defense. So recently, Ukraine became the first country in the world that has its own unit in the field of drones. Apart from it, recently India also deployed a particular type of drones in the areas like Gorakhpur, which are particularly adjoined to the boundaries of Nepal and China, and so that they can take care of the boundaries of China and India. And apart from it, recently Iran also created a new type of suicidal drones, that is Shaheed 136B. And now these particular surveillance capabilities, the new drones inductions, that is the Drishti 10, into the Indian Army for the surveillance purpose. DOT, Department of Telecommunication, organized Telecom Design Collaboration Sprint in Bengaluru. So recently, the Department of Telecommunication organized Telecom Design Collaboration Sprint at International Institute of Information Technology, Bengaluru, Karnataka. This initiative focused on deep tech, rapid ideation, and innovative solutions for developing a future-ready telecom stack. Event brought together 15 leading startups in the radio access network core ecosystem, academia, and research institutes, including IIT, CDOT, and IIT Delhi. Outcome-based focus groups were formed to address gaps in the Indian telecom ecosystem and prepare for upcoming technologies like 6G. So DOT has organized a telecom design collaboration sprint in Bangalore, so that particularly a platform will be given to the new companies through which they can particularly exhibit their ideas, their innovations, and their technology, and they can work together in this research of 6G spectrum and 6G technology. Astronomers detect rocky planet 55 Cancri E with atmosphere. So astronomers using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, the very famous Webb Space Telescope that was deployed into the space in 2022, have detected atmospheric gases surrounding 55 Cancri E, also known as ginseng. This marks the first time an atmosphere has been identified around a terrestrial planet outside our solar system. So this is an exoplanet and also a terrestrial planet. So there are two types of planet. One is the terrestrial planet, one is a Jovian planet. Terrestrial planets are those which are basically the rock solid, and Jovian planets are those which are basically the gaseous one. So a particular planet named as 55 Cancri E has now been discovered, and a particular atmosphere has been discovered around it. The planet is classified as super Earth, larger than Earth, smaller than Neptune, likely similar in composition to the rocky planets in our solar system. Infrared observation of JWST indicated the presence of a substantial atmosphere rich in carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, water vapors, and sulfur dioxide. So remember, astronomers detect rocky planet 55 Cancri E with atmosphere. Ablinus josephbergimensis, Ablinus gracali, ICAR CMFRI Kochi identifies two new needlefish species from the Indian waters. So recently, a particular type of eel was discovered in Odisha, named after biologist Surya. A particular aquifers genus was discovered in Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. A new type of spider, lynx spider, was discovered in. Apart from that, a new type of snake was discovered in Western Himalayas. That is named after the famous Hollywood actor Leonardo DiCaprio. Apart from that, a new type of ant was discovered in Arunachal Pradesh, and now two new type of needlefish have been discovered in Kochi. So researchers of ICAR CMFRI in Kochi identified two new species of needlefish named Ablinus josephbergimensis and gracali in Indian water. Findings were published in the Journal of Regional Studies. Ablinus is named after Saint Berkham College and a teacher, while Ablinus Garkali is named after a researcher, mothers, and friend. Study focused on specimens collected from Thukudi, Tamil Nadu, and confirmed the unique characteristics of these species through genetic and molecular analysis. DRDO and IIT Bhubaneswar collaborate on defense technology projects. DRDO and IIT Bhubaneswar have initiated a partnership to advance research in defense technology. The collaboration focuses on electronics warfare, AI-driven surveillance, power system, and radar systems. DRDO has sanctioned 9 projects from the electronics and communication system cluster to IIT Bhubaneswar. An additional 7 projects are waiting approval, backed by 18 crore in funding. So please remember, DRDO and IIT Bhubaneswar are collaborating together on defense technologies projects. If we talk about DRDO, the 1st of January is dedicated to the DRDO day, and Samir Kamath is the head of the DRDO currently. Mumbai City beats Mohan Bagan 3-1 to win Indian Super League. So like IPL is there in cricket in India, in football we have Indian Super League, and in the 2023-24 finals, Mumbai City has beaten the Mohan Bagan, the very famous and the one of the oldest football club in India. So Mumbai City Football Club beat Mohan Bagan 3-1 to win the 10th edition of the Indian Super League. This is the second ISL title for Mumbai City Football Club, having previously won 2020 to 2021 seasons. A total of 12 clubs participated in the Indian Super League. ISL 23-24 awards include Player of the League Dimitris Petritos, Golden Glove Urba Lechinpa, and Golden Boot Dimitris Diamantakos, Kerala Blasters Football Club. So please remember, Mumbai City, they have beaten the Mohan Bagan by 3-1 to win the Indian Super League finals. New Zealand Colin Munro announces retirement from international cricket. So Colin Munro, the New Zealand top order batsman, has announced his retirement from international cricket. The decision follows his exclusion from the upcoming T20 World Cup. Munro is known for being one of the most destructive T20 batters in the world. His retirement marks the end of an era for the exclusive left-hander. Apart from him, recently Moeen Ali announced his retirement. Apart from him, Virat Kohli, Ravindra Jadeja and Rohit Sharma announced their retirement from the international T20. And apart from all of them, so please remember Colin Munro's as well. So Colin Munro announces his retirement from the international cricket. Nepal's Kami Rita Sherpa sets new record with 29th Everest ascent. So renowned Nepali mountaineer Kami Rita Sherpa has conquered Mount Everest for 29th time. 54-year-old Kami reached the 8849-meter summit at 7:25 a.m. local time on Sunday. He led a group of climbers organized by 7 summit treks. Kami's mountaineering journey began in 1992 and he has also conquered peaks like K2, Cho Oyu, Lhotso and Manaslu. So please remember, Nepal's Kami Rita Sherpa. He's a Sherpa. Sherpa are basically those guides to the people who are enthusiasts of mountaineering, and they are the locals of Nepal and they help people in ascending these type of mountains. So the name is Kami Rita. Coca-Cola India joins forces with Hockey India to empower women's hockey. Anandana, the Coca-Cola India Foundation partnered with the Hockey India for the National Women's Hockey League. This collaboration aims to elevate women's hockey by providing essential resources and supports to the players. It aligns with Coca-Cola India commitment to sports and gender equality. The initiative is the part of the She the Difference campaign. This year, the Asian Championship of Women's Hockey is going to be held in Bihar. Please remember that also. Neeraj Chopra kicks off 2024 season with silver at Doha Diamond League. So Neeraj Chopra, the gold man of India, the reigning Olympic and world champion in javelin throw, secured second place finish at the Doha Diamond League. Chopra's impressive throw of 88.36 meter on his final attempt was just 2 centimeters short of Zanchia Jakub Wedelgis. Jakub is the reigning Diamond League champion and Tokyo 2020 silver medalist. Chopra's performance marks a strong start to his 2024 season. So remember the name Neeraj Chopra. He was the first athlete in India who got gold medal. I am talking about athlete, okay, in athletic sports. If we talk about the overall, the gold medal, the first gold medal was won by Abhinav Bindra in 2008. International Day of Argania. So Argania is a kind of a species of trees that are found in Morocco. So 10th of May is dedicated to this day. We discussed about in the last session also. And the theme of this particular day is the Argan tree facing the challenges of climate change. United Nations General Assembly adopted the resolution on 10th May as the International Day of Argania in 2021 with the first observance on 10th May 2021. World Migratory Bird Day 2024. So migratory birds are those basically which relies on insects, and insects are majorly found during the summer season. So as we can see that summer basically it will be a thing that will fall in two hemispheres at two different times. Like in the northern hemisphere, like in India, it falls from April to September. But if we go to the southern hemisphere, like in Australia, it will falls from September till March. So In these type of days, particularly the insects will be out, and hence the migratory birds who relies on insects, they have to migrate from one hemisphere to another. So particularly the migratory bird day is being commemorated in May and October. So this particular day is dedicated two times in a year. So as annual global campaign to raise awareness about migratory birds and their habitats will be celebrated on two dates, May 11th and October 12th, to align with bird migration patterns. The theme for 2024 is insects, highlighting their vital role in the living of migratory birds. The campaign aims to emphasize the importance of insect conservation. So, as we can see, that why insects are important, because of insects, the birds will migrate. With the help of migration, the pollination will also occur, and it will help in the vegetation and afforestation of our earth. So that is why all the organisms that are living on this earth are helping in developing the ecosystem. National Technology Day, India's technological prowess. So National Technology Day is celebrated annually in India. The day recognizes the contribution of innovators, scientists, and engineers. It promotes scientific and technological innovations in the country. The day commemorates the successful nuclear test at Pokhran in 1998, a milestone in India's technological advancement. And that particular mission was known as Operation Shakti. And National Technology Day is being dedicated on 11th of May. International Nurses Day, observed on 12th May. So International Nurses Day is observed on 12th May, honors the birth anniversary of Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale is considered the pioneer of modern nursing. The day serves as the tribute to the selfless dedication and vital contribution of nurses worldwide. Florence Nightingale's efforts during the Crimean War earned her the title of Lady with the Lamp. So remember, International Nurses Day is being dedicated to 12th of May. And if we talk about the Florence Nightingale's award, it is also an award that is dedicated to the nurses who are working for the betterment of the society. International Day of Plant Health 2024, 12th of May. So International Day of Plant Health is observed annually on 12th of May. Day aims to raise awareness about the importance of protecting plant health. It seeks to prevent hunger, reduce poverty, safeguard biodiversity, promote economic development. This year, IDPH coincides with Mother's Day, recognizing the love, care, and sacrifice of mothers. So please remember, International Day of Plant Health is observed on 12th of May. Russian President Vladimir Putin proposes reappointment of Mikhail Mishustin as PM. So Russian President Vladimir Putin proposed the reappointment of Mikhail Mishustin as the Prime Minister of Russia. Mishustin, who held the post of Russian Prime Minister for the last 4 years, submit his resignation to the cabinet on 7th May. Mishustin was first appointed as the PM in January 2020 and has helped Putin through the war in Ukraine and to tackle challenges posed by Western sanctions. He has served as the head of the Federal Taxation Service of Russia from 2010 to 2020 and was appointed as the head of the new Coordination Council in 2022. So please remember, Russian President Vladimir Putin, he proposed the reappointment of Mikhail Mishustin as the PM. Rizwan Quetta replaces Mahesh Verma as the chairperson of NABH. So Rizwan Quetta, entrepreneur and philanthropist, appointed as the chairman of the National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. He replaced Padam Shri Mahesh Verma, who assumed the role of chairperson NABH in 2022. Rizwan Quetta co-founded Transworks and Citius Tech, serving as a CEO of Citius Technology from 2005 to October 2021. He has been a board member of NABH over the past 2 years and is actively involved with the digital health initiatives at NABH. So remember the name Rizwan Quetta. Please remember the name Mikhail Mishustin. He has been declared by Vladimir Putin to be reappointed as the Prime Minister of Russia. Chad's military dictator Idris Deby wins presidential election. So Mohamed Idris Deby Itno, Chad's military dictator and interim president, won the presidential election recently. The election was held on 6th of May and the provisional results was announced on 10th of May. Deby's victory is set to extend his rule for another 6 years. Election was managed by National Election Management Agency. And also, if we discuss about some other elections, so Starmer was appointed as the Prime Minister of UK. Claudia Sheinbaum has been appointed as the first female president of Mexico. And apart from them, K. Said has been appointed as the president of Tunisia for the second time. Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla takes helm as a Chief of Personnel of Indian Navy. So Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla, AVSM and NM, has assumed the role of Chief of Personnel of the Indian Navy. He took his pivotal role on 10th of May. Bhalla has over 35 years of distinguished service in the Navy. His career includes service series of challenging and fulfilling appointments both at sea and ashore. So please remember the name Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla. He took the helm as the Chief of Personnel in the Navy. Please don't get confused with the Chief. Chief of the Indian Navy is Mr. Dinesh Tripathi. He is the Chief of Personnel. That means he will take care of some of the different type of activities related to the persons who are working in Indian Navy. RBI appoints R. Lakshmi Kant Rao as Executive Director. So Reserve Bank of India has appointed R. Lakshmi Kant Rao as the Executive Director. Appointment is effective from 10th of May. Rao has over 30 years of experience at the RBI. He previously served as the Chief General Manager in charge of the Department of Regulations. So RBI appoints R. Lakshmi Kant Rao as the Executive Director. N. Chandrasekaran to chair Tata Electronics. So Tata Sons chairman N. Chandrasekaran will assume the role of chairman at Tata Electronics. This move underscores the Tata Group's commitment to its $14 billion investment in the semiconductor business. Chandrasekaran will succeed Banmali Agrawal, who has taken an advisory role within the group. The transition makes a significant leadership change for Tata Electronics. So remember the name N. Chandrasekaran to chair the Tata Electronics. Dilip Sanghani elected as the chairman of IFCO. So the Indian Farmer Fertilizer Cooperative has conducted the 15th RGB elections of its board of directors. The election marks remarkable milestones in cooperative governance. Over 2 months, more than 36,000 cooperative societies across the nation participated. And finally, Dilip Sanghani has been elected as the new chairman of IFCO. So the election of the chairman of IFCO is not very simple. All the cooperative societies all over the India, they are particularly participated in the election process. And now finally, Dilip Sanghani, remember the name, is the new chairman of IFCO. Wipro appoints Vinay Firake as the CEO of APMEA Strategic Market Unit. So Wipro has announced the appointment of Vinay Firake as the CEO of its Asia Pacific, India, Middle East and Africa Strategic Market Unit. Firake's appointment is effective immediately. He will report directly to Srini Palya, Wipro's CEO and Managing Director. Firake will also join the company's executive board. So please remember the name. Wipro's appoints Vinay Firake as the CEO of APMEA Strategic Market Unit. Former bureaucrat and Padam Bhushan awardee Musa Raja. So he passed away. So Padam Bhushan awardee Musa Raja, who served as the Chief Secretary of Jammu Kashmir from 1980 to 1990, passed away at the age of 87. He was an IAS officer of 1960 batch of Gujarat cadre and served in various capacities, including Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister of Gujarat. After retirement, he took over as the Director General of the Indian Islamic Cultural Center and served as the member of National Integration Council of India. He authored several books, including his autobiography of Giants and Windmills and autobiography in 2023. So remember the name Musa Raja. He has been appointed. He has died recently, and he was a former bureaucrat and Padam Bhushan awardee. Punjabi poet and writer Surjit Patar passed away. So, literary world mourns the loss of Surjit Patar, a renowned Punjabi poet and writer. Patar was a Padam Shri recipient. He passed away in Ludhiana, Punjab at the age of 79. His contribution to Punjabi literatures are widely celebrated. So remember the name Surjit Patar. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan honored with the honorary doctorate by McGill University. So Mrs. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan has been named among the 10 exceptional individuals to receive an honorary degree from McGill University. Honorary degree will be awarded during the spring 2024 convocation ceremonies. Dr. Swaminathan is a globally renowned leader in public health and infectious diseases. This recognition highlights her significant contribution to the field. So remember the name Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, honored with the honorary doctorate by McGill University recently. So let's revise that what we have learned so far in this session, guys. So first is Belize, Jamaica, St. Vincent and Grenadines received WHO certification of eliminating mother-to-child transmission of HIV and syphilis. Time of remembrance and reconciliation for those who lost their lives during the Second World War, 8th and 9th May. India contributes $5 lakh to UN Counter-Terrorism Trust Fund. Japan and Nagaland inaugurates Kohima Peace Memorial and Eco Park. India-Oman collaborations on shark and ray research in Arabian Sea. In space, signed MOU with Galax I for testing facilities to be provided at ISRO's facilities. UAE India SEPA Councils ink MOU with the Indian Chamber of Commerce. RBI lift restrictions on Bank of Baroda mobile app. BOB World allows onboarding customers. SEBI gives approval to Care Ratings subsidiary to offer ESG ratings. Piramal Enterprise approves to merge with unlisted housing finance arms for listing norms. Jetta launches digital credit as a service for banks in India, revolutionizing credit access. Indian export performance in 2023-2024 under Minister Piyush Goyal. India's industrial production growth slows to 4.9% in March 2024. Thomas Cook India introduces TCPay, a game changer in international money transfer. Reliance Capital acquisition, Hinduja Group IIHL receives IRDAI approval. India's factory output and industrial product highlights. Cadet Defense System introduced India's first loitering aerial munitions for armed forces. Indian Coast Guards ink MOU with Hindalco for indigenous marine grade aluminium. Enhancing surveillance capabilities, India's Army new drones inductions to be deployed and new type of drones to be deployed for the surveillance purpose. DoD organized telecom design collaboration sprint in Bengaluru. Astronomer detect rocky planets 55 Cancri E with atmosphere. Ablinus and Garkali and Berkemanesis. ICAR CMFRI Kochi identifies two new needlefish species from Indian waters in Kerala. DRDO IIT Bhubaneswar collaborates on defense technology projects. Mumbai City beats Mohan Bagan by 3-1 to win the Indian Super League. New Zealand Colin Munro announces retirement from international cricket. Nepal's Kami Rita Sherpa sets new record with 29 Everest ascent. Coca-Cola India joins forces with Hockey India to empower women's hockey. Neeraj Chopra kicks off 2024 season with silver at Doha Diamond League. International Day of Argania 2024 May 10. World Migratory Bird Day celebrating the importance of insects. National Technology Day celebrating India's technological prowess. International Nurses Day 2024 observed on 12th of May. International Day of Plant Health observed on 12th of May. Russian President Vladimir Putin proposes reappointment of Mikhail Mishustin as PM. Rizwan Quetta replaces Mahesh Verma as the chairperson of NABH. Putin reappoints Mikhail Mishustin as the Russian Prime Minister. Shed's military director Idris Deby wins presidential election. Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla takes helms as the Chief of Personnel of Indian Navy. RBI appoints R. Lakshmi Kant Rao as the Executive Director and Chandrasekharan to chair Tata Electronics. Dalip Sanghani elected as the chairman of IFCO. Wipro appoints Vinay Firake as the CEO of APMEA, Strategic Market Unit. Former bureaucrat and Padam Bhushan awardee Musa Raja passed away. Punjabi poet and writer Surjit Patar passed away at the age of 79. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan honored with honorary doctorate by McGill University. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things, a lot of knowledgeable facts, and your notes are updated in your notebook. So I hope to see you all there in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.